What up? My name's Rob. I'm a neurologist, and I want to talk about the saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Because that saying is bullshit. Absolute bullshit. And I kind of think it's caused a lot of problems for people over time that might fly under the radar. It's one of those things where it seems benign and it makes sense on the surface. There are a lot of examples that you can point to say, well, yeah, of course, older brains don't learn as well. If you take an example of something, say learning a language, and you put a kid in a multilingual household, they will pick up that language easily, effortlessly, flawlessly, with no accents. If you try to get me to use my broke-ass Spanish to order food when I'm at a conference in Spain, it's clunky, it's difficult, it's kind of like nails on a chalkboard for everyone involved. And even if I were to live there for a bunch of years and learn the language fluently, I would still always have some degree of an accent. I would never be able to completely get there. So obviously the kid must learn better than I do. But that's not true. The difference is that I speak Spanish. Not Spanish. I don't speak Spanish. I speak English so much better than that kid speaks their native language. I have reinforced my language in my brain so many times and created these very, very powerful associations. It's harder for me to ignore all of that and move on to learn something new. It's like drawing a groove in a tabletop with a pencil. Eventually you get a ridge that's really deep and it's hard to draw anything outside of that. So we retain the ability to create new neural pathways for our entire lives. Even when we're older, those neural pathways are sometimes built a little bit differently, which we'll talk about in a future video. But you are still able to create new loops, new sources of information. We'll talk about at some point how to make learning, especially learning as we get older, a little bit easier. But I'm on call this week, and right now my brain symphony is playing at like a 1.5 to 2. So I will also continue to make a bunch more videos. Most of the videos that I've made so far are sort of background, laying the groundwork for the really cool stuff about the brain. I think once you have all those brown pieces, it makes it easier to tie all that stuff together. At least it does for me. So have a good night, and I'll see you soon.